Yes, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Apologies for having to push back. Something came up and I was like, do I do it after the show? Do I do it before? I'll do it before the show. So apologies for starting 15 minutes later than normal. I hope you are all well. It's Thursday, Spurs 5-day. 2 days before the next game. They are coming thick and fast, aren't they? It is Champions League, Premier League, League Cup. It's all happening. And at the moment, all is going well in the Spurs garden. 2 wins on the bounce, 4 clean sheets out of 5. And Tottenham can finally defend. It's been a long time. And before we talk about another team that can't defend, Angepostecoglou, let's do some good mornings and let's talk about our sponsors very quickly. It's why they're our sponsors. Please, if you would like quality replica shirts, I'm wearing this one today. This one's very nice. This one actually is very, very nice to fit. If you would like quality replica shirts, go to okjersey.com or scan the QR code, either one of those things in the top corner. When you get there, just type in whatever club you want or just scan through the website, type in whatever shirt you want. It will give you the option of all the shirts associated to that club. When you get to checking out, they're roughly about £15 each. When you get to checkout, all you got to do is type in Savva, S-A-V-V-A, and you will get an 8% discount code, an 8% discount code. So please get over and do that. And also Match Bingo. There's loads of games on at the moment, aren't there? European games everywhere. Go to the Match Bingo. It's good fun. As I said, Perchy won the other night. I have been, look at the state of my hair. God, I tell you what, let's cover that up quickly. What's going on there? Oh, dearie me. Perchy won on the Match Bingo the other day. I have not won yet, but I've been close. I've been very close. So scan that QR code, get your Match Bingo. And when you go to check out, type in the discount code FHTV as the sun streams in. So, okjersey.com for your replica shirts and Match Bingo for the Match Bingo football cards. It's all good fun. Good morning to each and every one of you. How are we doing? By the way, I know we all have a lot of banter with Wolfie, and he is a good friend of mine away from YouTube, by the way. We all always have banter. But every Friday now at 11 a.m., Wolfie and I are going to be doing an hour every morning on every Friday morning on my channel. He doesn't know this yet, but I'm going to call it Management. Management. So yeah, listen, that'll be starting tomorrow morning at 11. I love Wolfie. I know so many people get frustrated with Wolfie, but it's like me when I go onto Football's 12-Man podcast. So many people get frustrated with me. It is what it is, right? And we can all banter him tomorrow after last night's show. After last night's showing, should we say, from Nottingham Forest in the League Cup. Sorry, I have to laugh. And just played 2 games as Forest manager, and they've already conceded 6 goals. This is a team that had one of the best defenses in the country last year. You have to laugh, but it is okay. He's got Burnley away next, I believe, and we'll be getting Wolfie on. And Wolfie's messaging me right now, by the way. I'm just going to say can't wait for tomorrow. Can't wait for tomorrow. There we go. Can't wait for tomorrow. By the way, I haven't even eaten this morning yet. I've said to myself, I'm going to get up nice and early. Got a few bits to do. And I'll be honest, I had a night off and streaming last night. I had a night off. It was lovely. I didn't even watch any. I tell you what, that's a lot. I watched the last 15 minutes of the Forest game. But I sat with a wife and we watched a couple of things on some crap on Netflix. I'll be honest, it was nothing groundbreaking. Had a Chinese. And I've got some Chinese in the fridge left over. And I thought, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to have some Chinese for breakfast. Nope. Didn't get up early enough. Then had things to do. So I haven't eaten yet. I guess the moral of my story is I'm looking forward to some Chinese when I finish. But after this, we're on with Never a Foul on their channel for an hour. And then I'm on with Charlie on this channel at 3. And then we're live at 8 p.m. tonight for the Spurs 5. I think we've got a couple of roster changes. Sound American, don't I? We've got a couple of subs today. A couple of people can't make it. So subbing a couple of people in. Who could it be? Watch this space. How we all doing? How we all doing in the chat? There's loads of you today. It's like they've woken up and remembered that YouTube is a thing. Thank you. What Chinese did I get? Oh, we got one of them mix and matches. You know, where you get like, I'll get 4 sides, 4 mains, 4 whatever. It wasn't quite 4. I think it was 2 mains, some sides. I think we had some duck. Not massive. I don't mind duck. I'm not a massive fan of it. Got a pork chow mein. We got a beef something. Beef in Szechuan beef or something. I don't know. Some spring rolls, some crispy seaweed, some sesame prawn toast, even though I don't like fish. You got to laugh, haven't you? You got to laugh. Here we go. I love this already. Wolfie, I love you, Wolfie. If you're watching me, I love you so much. He said, if you think you can spin this to an Ange agenda, good luck. Wolfie, I'm live right now. So all my viewers are hearing this. Mate, I'm going to send you some pictures of your defending last night. It is Ange ball all over. I love it. And I'll see you today at 4:00. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Honestly, the pictures and the videos that were going around last night about Nottingham Forest defending and oh my God, it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. There is one picture I've got to show you. So I can't bring it up on stream. I don't think I've got a clear enough image, but it just kind of summed up Ange Postecoglou. Here we go. I mean, does that look familiar to anyone? Does that look familiar to anyone? Look, 2 Nottingham Forest defenders and 5 Swansea shirts pouring forward. And it was sent to me by my man Ash. And I just sat there and I went, oh my God, I'm so glad we don't do that. Honestly, I've never been happier that a manager is not on my football club. I don't care that he won a trophy. Thank you. Move on. But it is what it is. It truly, truly is what it is. We did have a good old laugh. We had a good old belly laugh. Then someone sent me a video. I'm sure you've all seen the video, right? Hang on, let me let people know I'm live. That would probably help, wouldn't it? That's probably a good way to promote my channel. Then why is it showing me? I don't want to watch that person's content. I want to watch my content. I want to be me. I want to be a narcissist, apparently. There we go. What's my name? Savva. There we go. Share, create post. And we're live. Join us. There we go. And what's my channel? At Foot. You would think there'd be more channels that start with the word football, wouldn't you? But when you type in the word football onto YouTube, I actually come up quite high in the rankings. That's good for me. Well done, me. Well done, me. Yeah, we did have a good laugh, Ash. We did have a good laugh. And listen, there's a video, I'm sure you've all seen it, of the Swansea player picks up the ball in his own penalty area and just dribbles through about 5 or 6 people. And I was like, yes, go on, son. Go on, son. Get in there. Big up to my man E. I think he's taking the piss out of me. It's because you have unlimited aura. Can you see it? Is there like a glow around me? Is there a golden aura? Are the tan's fading? Well, yeah. Big up to you, my man. Big up to you. Listen, I'll be live at 4 p.m. with Wolfie anyway on Football's 12-Man podcast. Look, it's only banter. I'm sure Ange will sort it out there, but not a good start. Burnley away for those boys next as well. But anyway, what's happened in the world of football? Well, I'm back at 3 with Charlie for our, hopefully, I think we've been getting a few nice comments to that little hour that Charlie and I do every day. So for anyone that hasn't watched, between 3 and 4, Charlie from Blue Brother CFC and myself, we just all things football. So today we're talking about, obviously, Chelsea getting beaten by Bayern Munich, Liverpool with another late winner. They've had a late winner in every game this season. And we're going to be talking as well about Slavan Bilic. Is Slavan Bilic going back to West Ham? That's what I've woken up to this morning from all of the reporters. Slavan Bilic is in line for a return to West Ham United. That's going to be very good to see. And I'm sure between now and lunch and 3 p.m., something else would have happened in the world of football. We'll obviously be talking about Forest losing, and I'm sure there'll be more and more stuff. Where do we start with Tottenham? Yes, I've said today. That's what I've said today. 4 clean sheets in 5. 4 clean sheets in 5. I think Wolfie's rattled. Is Wolfie rattled? What do you reckon? Here you go. Show some respect to the most successful manager you have ever seen at your club. Are you right? Hang on, I've got to go back to him, haven't I? I think he's rattled. Is Wolfie rattled? I just sent him this. I just sent him that. Oh, we love football banter, don't we? Oh, we love football banter. Yeah, good fun. I love football. I really do. When YouTube is used in the right way, in the right spirit, it's brilliant. Honestly, it's absolutely brilliant. I know. And this is where I'm at with it, Ash. You know, when people tell me the most successful, yeah, he beat Bodo Glimt, United, and Frankfurt. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it is what it is. But I love Wolf. Honestly, Wolfie's a great guy. And to be honest, if you're going to set up a YouTube channel, Wolfie does it brilliantly. He does. Love him, hate him, whatever. He does it superbly. He gets it. He gets it. Maybe I need to be a bit more like Wolfie. Maybe I do. Maybe I'm a bit too sensitive. Maybe I'm a bit too, maybe I don't go to bat enough for Tottenham Hotspur. But it is what it is. Absolutely, Phil Coys. Especially, listen, Phil is the master of banter because he's been having us believe that he rates Matisse Tell for nearly a year now. That's good banter, isn't it? Well done, you, Phil. That's great banter. Anyway, back to Tottenham. 4 clean, 4 clean sheets in 5. 4. I'm disgusted that is what my hair looks like at the back today. I should have spent more time. 4 clean sheets in 5. What we all putting it down to, people? It's the exact same group of defenders as last year. Tottenham, the only defender Tottenham bought this summer was Takai, who has not played. We've not seen him in a Spurs shirt yet. And Tottenham have 4. We have 4 clean sheets in 5. Now, I'm not going to turn around. I'm not going to sit here and say we've not been lucky in moments. Of course we have. Everyone needs a bit of luck. I don't like it when people go, oh, luck. Yeah, what's wrong with a bit of luck? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with luck? I'll tell you what's not luck before we carry on. What's not luck? I'm not lucky on the likes. 93 likes. There's a lot of you in here. Smash that like button. For anyone that hasn't subscribed, we are getting towards 23,000. So please smash that button. But it's not luck, is it? When it happens all the time, is it luck? It's the same, I suppose you could say, Liverpool scoring a lot of late winners. Is that luck? Is that luck? Or, when it happens all the time, is that just a thing? I don't know. We have conceded 1 goal in the league in 4 games. None in the Champions League, obviously. Yes, a couple of chances that teams have missed that could have scored, but everyone needs that. But isn't it refreshing? And somebody said to me yesterday that the last year, I believe that our conceding rate was, I believe it was 1.7 goals per game in all competitions. This year, it's 0.2. Now, obviously, we're only 5 games in, but that's good, right? That's what you want to see. And I know a lot of people already, by the way, when I'm speaking to people, I can tell those people who have never done a day's coaching in their life. It's like, oh my God, why aren't we fluid up front? All right, it's been 5 games. Let's build from the back. Anyone will tell you, you build from the back. You build from the back. You build a solid foundation. And that's what we've got. Listen, do I think that, like in midweek, I don't think that 2 of our back 4 played well. I thought Romero was poor. I thought Spence was poor. But we kept a clean sheet. And that's what it's about. You've got to dig in. You've got to somehow get to the end of the game without conceding. Now, I'm seeing posts now across social media going, oh, I reckon we might only concede 25 all season. There's going to be spells where we concede. No one's saying we're not. But the foundations are there. The team are all playing together. You can see that. Now, is that translating to being the most free-flowing team in the league? No, not right now. But Tottenham look organised. The other phases of play will come. I promise. The other phases of play will come. And this is what good coaches do. This is what good coaches do. They will start it from the back and they will say, right, first and foremost, if we don't concede, we don't lose games. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to keep a clean sheet every game. Of course it doesn't. You're not going to. No one keeps a clean sheet every game. But it's a great building point. Now, I know a lot of people get carried away. I've seen it like already. I'm hearing Bergvall is like Paul Scholes. I mean, I've not seen anything to suggest that. The best centre-back partnership in the Premier League. There's no basis to say that as well. Again, see, people get carried away. When we're saying it's the best centre-back partnership in the Prem, that's something you have to earn. You have to earn being the best partnership in the league. That doesn't happen over 4 games. You can't just turn around and go, best partnership. The best partnership in the league for the last 2 years has been Saliba and Gabriel. Like you, whichever way we want to look at it, whichever way fans want to spin it, the stats are the stats, the data's the data. For me, get to the end of this season with Van de Ven and Romero playing every game, have the least goals conceded, then turn around and go the best partnership in the Premier League. We can't say that after 4 Premier League games. That's just crazy. Can't say after 4 Premier League games, can you? That's madness. And this is what I was talking with Perchie about this morning. Everyone gets just a bit too carried away with every Spurs player at every moment. Then the people that try and keep their feet on the ground and bring some rationale are told they're not really Spurs fans. But for me, I'm all about the proof. You can't have the number of goals we conceded the last 2 years and start talking about the best partnership. Prove it. Prove it over 38 games, and then we'll turn around and go, there you go, best partnership in the league. But hey, well, this isn't statistically true either, Tom. This isn't statistically true. If you actually look at a lot of games in the last 2 years, we've lost when those two have started. Now, I'm not blaming them. I'm blaming, obviously, the last manager. But I just think let's wait. Let's wait. I mean, again, when people say silly things like Saliba and Gabriel are terrible defenders, well, they're not. Arsenal, if I'm not wrong, they had the best defense in the league last year. Pretty sure they did the year before, right? So look, I'm all about, you've got to prove things. In life, you've got to prove things. You can't just turn around and go, I'm the best. Prove it. Show us. That's not just Van de Ven and Romero. That's anyone. I'm the best winger in the league. Boom. Show us. Show us. Now, people always think, oh, Savva's being negative. I'm not. Proof. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. All right? The proof of the pudding is in the eating. Now, when you look at, Erling Haaland, if you look at Erling Haaland, he could turn around and go, I'm the best goal scorer in this league because over the last 3 or 4 years, he scored more goals in the league than anyone else, right? That's undeniable. That's the proof, isn't it? That's the proof that, hey, look at me. I'm there. Now, Mo Salah can go, well, hang on, last year I scored more. Yeah, cool. When you add it up over the years that Haaland's been in the Premier League, no one scored as many goals as Erling Haaland, I believe. If I'm wrong, somebody can tell me that. I'll take that. I haven't seen that as a stat. I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look. Who has scored the most goals in the Premier League since Erling Haaland joined? I don't know, actually. I don't know. If somebody could find that out for me, that would be amazing. I can't sit on Google all day long. But if somebody could find that out for me, that would be absolutely amazing. But yeah, that's what I think needs to happen. I feel like a lot of people want to, like, honestly, with the Bergvall thing, as I said, Bergvall does some good stuff. Bergvall's clearly very talented. But You know, I was on a Spurs 5 last week, and people like Lubo were telling me, oh, he's like Scholes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not take some of the greatest players there's ever been in this country and put a young kid there. Learn, grow, nurture, develop, find that consistency, sure, and then we'll have that conversation. Romero and VDV is better than VVD and Kadati. Virgil's best in the league. I mean, yeah, but there's nothing to base this off of, is there? There's nothing. Again, this is the thing. There's nothing to base this off. People saying this, it's based off of 4 games at the beginning of this season. By the way, right? You can't be. Everyone's saying how bad Kanate is. Kanate's part of a team that have done brilliantly at the back late in the last few years. Yeah, they've not started brilliantly at the back this year, but I think everyone needs to relax. Now, let's see. Is this true? Is this true? So, Barbaric, my man, how are we doing? Said Erling Haaland, 85, Salah, 66, and Isak, 54. Right. So there you go. That's irreputable proof that Erling Haaland has been the best striker in this country for however many years he's been at Manchester City, right? I don't think that's undeniable. I don't think anyone... Listen, I've done it in my whole life. I've never been biased. So, there are a lot of people I understand. They just go, oh, this player, that player. It's like when you talk about anybody. It's like when you speak to the Arsenal fans and they'll try and tell you that Bukayo Saka is better than Mo Salah. And you're like, is he? Now, I don't support Arsenal or Liverpool, right? So I don't have a horse in that fight. Sorry, I don't have a horse in that fight. I don't have a horse in that race. But if you're asking me, who do I want? Mo Salah or Bukayo Saka? Right now, I want Mo Salah. Like, I like that man scores and assists for fun. That man, turns up regularly. But the Arsenal fans, where obviously they'll have their bias view and go, no. Bukayo Saka's our guy. So Lord Rodney said, no, he is not. I don't know what, you've got to give me more context than that. No, he is not. I don't know what that means. The real N7 Yid Lewis said Romero is a very good defender, but I think his attitude gets the better of him. Listen, Romero is a very good defender. As I've said, you guys and girls, you've seen me for how many years now? I've never changed my opinion on Romero. On his day, phenomenal. Too many days like the other night where he switches off, lacks passing, missing headers. On his day, brilliant. And the difference for me between the Van Dijks and the Romeros is the consistency, right? That's nothing to do with Romero being Spurs or Van Dijk being Liverpool. That's all players. Saka. Listen, Bukayo Saka's a good player. Let's not make any bones about that. Yeah? Bukayo Saka's a very good footballer, right? I do think the Arsenal fans have put him up there, right, out of reach, but he's a very good footballer. For me, but I feel he is as inconsistent as I think. He was really poor against Villarreal. 2 games before, he was poor against Bournemouth. 2 games before that, he was poor against Burnley. So, yes, good game, bad game. Good game, bad game. So, yeah, when you say he's not, he is, and the stats show that as well. So, please stop. This is the problem with copium. Yeah? This is the problem with copium, Phil. Like, Phil, I love you to bits, but you're the most biased football fan I've ever seen. Like, I don't feel like we ever get any balance from you at all on anything. So, like, if Spurs win a game, you go, we're going to finish third. It's like, whoa. Like, it's mad. I feel like if I have this conversation with people that aren't Spurs fans, I think you get more of an honest answer. Like, I've got friends that are fans that support Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, whatever it is. And they all go, yeah, Romero's good, but not what some of the Spurs fans want him to be. Now, I've said if he can balance that and be consistent, he's one of the best defenders in Europe. But you've got to be consistent. It's got to be week after week. And that's what Gabriel and Saliba have done at Arsenal. Whatever we want to say, oh, boo, Savva's saying something nice about Arsenal. That's what they've done. That's what they've done, haven't they? Right? Crystal Palace. Look at Crystal Palace's back four. Brilliant last year. Carried on being brilliant this year. Right? Consistency. Consistency is everything in football. Consistency is everything in all walks of life, right? Is Usain Bolt the greatest sprinter there's ever been because he won a few races? He won consistently. Win. Back in the day, for any of you who are old enough to remember, Michael Johnson, who was the king of 200 and 400 meters. Consistency. Every event he rocked up to, 200, 400, 200, 400, 200, 400. Consistency. But Spurs fans, and listen, I'm sure other fan bases, but I'm with the Spurs fan base every day. Spurs fans see a player do something good and go, Papa Sarr is the best example of that, right? Papa Sarr, I think, has some really good games when he's breaking up play, when he's bursting forward, driving with a ball. Then he has some really bad games where he can't pass a football for toffee. But we all see the good game and go, oh my God, he's amazing. And I think there's something to be said for having the ability to take a step back and analyze as a whole. Analyze as a whole. Some fans don't. Phil Coys is one of those. Lovely bloke. Love him to bits. Hasn't got the ability to take a step back and go, actually, yeah, this needs to change. He's amazing. He's amazing. He's amazing. And that's great. That's great. Saying all of our players are great at every opportunity is great. But then why aren't we like Barcelona then? Why don't we win everything? If all our players are as great as everyone makes out, why are we not winning everything? So I think you've got to pinch of salt. Now, what you notice about football fans as well, I love football fans. We're the best breed of people in the world, right? Is, who's this? Here we go. Oh, sorry. Someone sent me back. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Premier League top scorer since Erling Haaland arrived. Haaland 85, Salah 66, Isak 54, Watkins 50, and then Vissa and Mbuemo with 38. Well, okay, fair enough. There we go. I'll tell you what, Vissa and Mbuemo, that's an interesting one. So for me, when I look at football fans, it's that ability, isn't it? It's that ability to change what you think of a player if he plays for your club. Now, let me give you an example, right? If we were watching Papa Sarr, by the way, good player. He's good at what he does. He's decent. I don't see the hype. I don't think he's this amazing footballer that many have painted him out to be. But if Papa Sarr played for Fulham, would everybody be going, oh my God, you know the player we got to go and get? I don't think they would. I think you go, he's all right. When they signed the Spurs, suddenly they become, now that's great. Praise, yeah. Saying nice things about your club's players, yeah, that's great. But I feel there's a lot of copium when a player plays for your own club. They get elevated to a bigger status. They get elevated, don't they? The Big D, how you doing, bro? Has said, Romero and Mickey are very good, but we need consistency. Bang on. Hopefully the system will help. Bang on. And injuries. Bang on. Danso is good. Back up. Bang on. And I'm hoping Rado improves. Bang on. There you go. Absolutely this. Romero and Mickey are very good. Let's see a year without the injuries, with a consistency. Danso, very, very good defender. I've got no problem with Danso coming on as a centre-back. If at the weekend Danso had to play because Romero couldn't, I've got no problem with that. I don't think that there's a massive drop-off. I don't. I think Danso's a very good defender. Now, is Danso the ball-playing defender? No. But as a defender, he's more than capable. No, says Savva. Honest question. Do you think? No, absolutely. We do not have anyone who's world class. No, we don't have a single world class footballer at this club. World class is the elite of the elite of the elite. We haven't got one. I don't think there's a. I've answered this question a million times before. No, I don't think there's a million of them across the world. I really, really don't. I don't think there's many in the Premier League. I think that football players are at an all-time low in terms of overall ability. I think there's a lot more square pegs, square holes rather than mavericks. I think there's a lot of, Latita, you can't be world class and be that irrational. You can't be world class and be that inconsistent. I'm sorry, you can't. It just doesn't work. Sorry. Adam, which five? Let's see. If I'm looking at world-class players in the Premier League, who am I looking at? Virgil van Dijk. Donnarumma. Virgil van Dijk, Donnarumma. Erling Haaland. He's a machine. Rodri, of course. I can't believe it. And Salah. There you go. That's the five off the top of my head that I would say immediately are world class. Now, we have this conversation all the time. We have this conversation all the time, don't we? Alisson as well of Liverpool would have to go in there as a world class keeper. Alisson as well. But we have this conversation all the time. Yeah, how did I forget him? Yeah. I can always see the trolls. So Salah being inconsistent this season means he's not world class. Salah's done it over about 8 years, mate. Salah's done it over 9 years, hasn't he? I mean, what are we doing here? Salah is super consistent. This isn't about being consistent for 1 year. World-class players just do it. They do it and they do it and they do it and they do it and they do it. Rodri every year. Haaland every year. Donnarumma's a top goalkeeper. Then you've got other players that will be in the conversation. Is Saliba world class? I don't think he is yet. No, I don't. That's only me. Cole Palmer, not yet for me. Top player. Son doesn't play in the Premier League. Son plays in the US. Who else we got? And then I think for me, someone like Declan Rice falls into that bracket of really good player. But would I be able to sit here in good faith and say world class? No. I think Declan Rice has world class performances. I don't think he's world class. Now, this is an interesting one. Foden, for me, has world class ability, but needs to show consistency like others. This guy was brilliant for years. Won Player of the Year and then fell off a cliff last year. Needs to get back to that level. But consistency is everything. Everything. Kate chucking in Bruno Fernandes. Now, I think Bruno Fernandes is just the level below for me. Just the level below. Now, that's only me, Kate. I'm each to their own. I'm not sitting here saying my opinion is correct. I know people always think that, but it's only me up here, right? So I'm just giving my view, and I'll always be honest with you. I think Bruno Fernandes has brilliant stats. He does. There's just something lacking for me. There's just something lacking. World class for me, elite. See, I don't put this guy as world class. By the way, he's not in the Premier League, but I don't put this guy as world class. Oh, do you mean Enzo Fernandez or Bruno Fernandes? No, she said Bruno. There you go. I thought so. Yeah, she said Bruno. So for me, I've said all along, by the way, this isn't about a league versus another league. I don't think there's many world-class players. I think the standard of players has gone down massively. I mean, when you look at Rudiger, I think Rudiger is a world-class centre-back for Real Madrid. I think world-class. Kane, world-class. Is Isak world-class? There's a question. Brilliant. Is he world-class? Probably teetering on that. Show us. Tell you what, show us. You're at Liverpool. You're the favourites to win the title. You're one of the favourites to win the Champions League. Show us. Go to Liverpool, banging goals for fun, be the main man, score big goals in big games. I'm all about consistency and demonstration. I don't like this. Well, they would be if this happened or this. I don't like the ifs, the buts, and the maybes. They would be, but it was Ange. They would be, but it was Conte. They would. World class, you stand out. You stand out, right? Yeah, I agree. Luke, they're the five I just said, right? Alisson, I think I might have added someone else in there. I can't think what I said. Rodri, Haaland, Salah, Virgil van Dijk, and Alisson. Donnarumma for me has got to be in there. I think Donnarumma's a fantastic goalkeeper. So they're the six for me. They're the six for me. Now, when I look at that, I start looking down. Oh, sorry, Stewie. Oh, sorry, mate. I just kicked Stewie. Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry. He don't care. He's going back to sleep. He just does not care. He looked at me and went, it's all right. Back to sleep. I look around the rest of the teams and you look and you say, okay, let's look at like De Bruyne was world class before he left. I think Mahrez, phenomenal footballer. Now, this is an interesting one. So Bernardo Silva for me, Bernardo Silva I think he's got past that now. What I mean by that is I think he's gone a little bit over the other side. I think he's gone a little bit over the other side for me. But I tell you what, take nothing away from what a brilliant career this guy has had. This guy is a brilliant footballer. His technical ability, his intelligence, his reading of the game, in between the lines, link-up play, goals. He's a brilliant footballer, has always been. David Silva, amazing, wasn't he? He was exactly the same. Really good player. No, I wouudn't. I don't consider Bukayo Saka world-class. No. I don't consider Bukayo Saka world-class. Interesting. There's another one, isn't it? For me, just in that bracket below for me. Listen, this goes to show when people say I'm harsh on Spurs players, look how many players I am giving the world-class bracket in the Premier League. Look how many I'm actually saying are. I haven't given the world-class bracket yet to a single Arsenal player. Not one, have I? Not one have I said is world-class of Arsenal. Not one. Liverpool, Alisson, Van Dijk, and Salah have got three. Liverpool win things. Liverpool smash things, don't they? Chelsea. I think Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo, hear me out, have all the attributes to get there. I really do. I think they took a lot of stick, those boys, for massive fees. For massive, massive fees. And everyone got on their back. And they're now starting to show great partnership. I can't take this seriously. I genuinely cannot take that seriously. Rodri hasn't done it long enough to be well. I mean, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? The guy won the Ballon d'Or. The guy runs City and Spain's midfield. What are we doing here? Listen, whenever having this chat, the world-class tag is all about in the eye of the beholder. I get that. Some people, their standards, we know their standards are down here. Look at Phil Coys. He wants Matisse Tell in playing for Spurs. No standards as a fan. Me, mine are up here. Mine are up there. If I'm going to call you world-class, you need to be world-class. You need not, oh my God, so-and-so has scored 10 in 10. He's world-class. All right, what's he done for the last 3 years? You know what I mean? I feel like you've got to, good evening, Nick from the football club. Get over and subscribe to Nick. I think you've got to do it week in, week out. You've got to do it week in, week out. I think it's dried up a little bit. I think the well of world-class players across the world has dried up. But you look at players like, okay, Harry Kane. Look at Elise. Elise, for me, is slowly but surely creeping there. Whenever I watch him, I'm wowed. Slowly but surely creeping. Doesn't mean I think he is now. Slowly but surely. Yeah, I listen, Jamie. Anyone who doesn't think Rodri's world class, then no. If Rodri's not world class, no one's world class in my mind. Rodri is different gravy. Different gravy. Look, there's always listen, there's always this conversation, isn't there? First of all, let me say we could apply this logic to many players. Saliba, Arsenal fans call Saliba world class. Where's the bids? Right? Where's the bids for Romero? I get it. You know my feelings on the Romero world class scenario. You know my feelings on that. But hey, it is what it is. Jordan, as I said, it shows the sad state of affairs of the modern game and Prem when 2 of the top 5 or 6 players are keepers. Listen, I agree. Listen, there might be people who think others are world class, but I look through that Liverpool team. Could you really say anyone other than the 3 we've mentioned? Salah, Van Dijk, and Alisson. Now, they've won everything, those players. The Robertsons. Trent was there before. The Konates. They had Matip. They had Wijnaldum. They had Sadio Mane. They had Firmino. And now they've had the likes of, rest in peace, Toyota. And they've got Gakpo. And then Gravenberch. Now, these are all very good footballers. I'm not putting any of them in that bracket. Do you know what I mean? I'm not putting any of them in that bracket. And that maybe there's that. Maybe there's that argument to be had. And without a shadow of a doubt, these 2 are world class. Without a shadow of a doubt, Kate. Without a shadow of a doubt, these 2 are world class. They were absolutely. If they were in the Premier League right now, they'd be the best 2 players in the league. They were phenomenal. I don't think, obviously, because of what Ryan Giggs did off the pitch, never gets talked about enough. This guy was phenomenal. This guy was ridiculous. Imagine he played now and the kids that didn't get to see Ryan Giggs. Imagine, Kate, can you imagine the kids that didn't get to see Ryan Giggs watching him now, tearing players apart down that left wing, scoring goals, getting assists? Cool. Madness. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And Scholesy, just class. No, this boy is. Oh God, this boy is the personification of generational. When people use that term, when people are out there losing their mind at Bergvall's and Lewis Skelly's, right? This boy is different. He's built different. He's a one-off. He's that rarity. At the age of 16, he was one of the best players in the Euros. At the age of 16. This guy is different gravy. There's not many I've seen at that age where I give that praise to. Messi, of course. Not many others. This guy is different. I don't know if anyone remembers, I did a Spurs-Barcelona watch-along a few years back. It was a pre-season game. And I said to everyone before the game, watch if that Yamal kid, I think he was 15 at the time, watch if that Yamal kid comes on. And he came on and ripped us apart. Different gravy. Different gravy. No, I said, hate to say it, Dowman looks like he'd be a top player. Listen, Dowman looks like he's got all the ability in the world. But very young. We'll see. Can he break into that Arsenal team at this very young age? I think it's going to be harsh. And actually, this is what it will be for some people. Oh, I just realised I've got some digestive biscuits here. Oh, not just any digestives, chocolate digestives. Oh, hang on. Oh, You're right. For a lot of fans, that's what they care about, don't they? They care about the stepovers. Now, don't get me wrong. When I'm watching Lamine Yamal, that's what I want to watch. Hang on, have I missed a gigantic super chat? One second. One second. Wow. Let me go and do some super chats. I've just missed a ginormous one. So let me get to those. Right. No doubts. No doubts. Hardly scored, hardly assisted. What a footballer. What a footballer. What a footballer this guy was. Now, this guy had everything. He was about that big, but strong, right? Quick across the ground. Not lightning quick, but quick across the ground. Up there, quicker than anyone else. His passing, his reading of the game, his touch, his control, his vision. Oh, his intelligence, his football IQ was absolutely stunning. This is a top player. But Nikos, if we go with this, see, I love it when people do this. If this is what we're going to base things on, right? If this is what we're going to base things on, then whatever Lionel Messi says, by the way, Lionel Messi for me, there he is. Look, there he is. The greatest footballer that ever lived, in my opinion. Doesn't mean I think every one of his opinions is going to be right. It's easy to say that when he's not watching every Spurs game. You've got to do it week in, week out, year in, year out. And in the 4 years, that he's been at Spurs, he's not been world class. There's been no form. No, I don't, Bobby. I don't think Jude Bellingham is world class. I think there are far too many games where he's not involved. I think Jude Bellingham produces world-class moments. He's got that knack. Jude Bellingham, I think we're stuttering a little bit. This is YouTube, by the way, not me. Jude Bellingham has that knack. Big moments, big games. There are too many games where I watch Real Madrid and I'm like, is Jude playing? Is Jude playing? And there are too many answers where I go, no. Exactly. We don't need Giggs. We got Odegaard. Giggs and Scholes will be the first two names in this Man United team. I don't think we'll realise how far down Man United have fallen. Well, I think most people do, but they've fallen way down. Yeah, listen, Yamal is one of those ones where you go, he's a freak of nature in the nicest possible way. I could watch Yamal play football all day long. I could watch that kid play football all day long. He's a genius. He's superb. Not for me. I think Musiala's a really good player. Really good player. But again, generational for me is Yamal. Messi was generational. There's not many of them that come around at Ronaldo. There's not many of them that come around, right? But everyone tries to be the next. Like, have you noticed every time a young player breaks through, fans do this, by the way. Cool, he's the next. He's the next. Boom. I think it's really unfair when people do that. We'll see. We'll see. Let me go to some. Machina Joe said, I am upset against Savva from 3 nights ago. I know what this is about. Haaland. Savva mentioned Everton's history. My club, Everton, has 9 titles. Hang on, Machina Joe. Hang on. I didn't mention your history. I looked through Everton's top goal scorers since 1930, is what I did, to see if you had a bloke who got more than 34 goals in a year. And you had twice, right? I think it was it Lineker and Pickering. If I'm not wrong, you had twice where 2 players had got more than 34 goals in a year. You said Haaland, terrible year last year. He still outscored nearly everyone in Europe. Sean said Savinho was amazing at 15, never mind 16. Sometimes you talk shy. Savinho. What? I don't know what. I haven't mentioned Savinho at any point. Sean, if you're going to be a dick, I'll just block you. I don't understand this. What everyone else is talking football. Calm down. Calm down. I don't get it when people get like that. Just calm down. Everyone's just having a good old chat about football. This boy, wow. This boy, yes. Injuries and that. This boy, him and Thiago Alcantara were just ridiculous at that age. Absolutely ridiculous. Good conversation, that. And this, yep. And this, Iniesta was, again, up there. Up there, their ability up there. There's too many footballers now without it up there. Too many footballers now are judged because they run around. Too many they're judged because they run around and work hard. Look how many people praise Richarlison and Solanke for pressing and working hard. Isn't that a bare minimum of being a professional footballer? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Won more, scored more, assisted more. Yeah, I do. What? I don't know why that's funny. Surely you can say that without the laughing. I don't know what's funny. Big up Price said at one point we had Bale, Modric and Berbatov. Mad to think about. Anyone who saw them can't be rating Tell, Johnson and Richie. So what I said, some fans, their standards are so low. I'm not ever going to rate people like Johnson, Tell and Richie. Nah. Let's have a look at some super chats, shall we? Big up. I mean, you've been very generous today. Machina Joe, become a member. Hey, mate, are we friends again? Big up to you, Machina Joe. 1 second. Sorry, I just had to check that. Yeah, big up to you, Machina Joe. There'll be a members-only show tomorrow at some point. You're more than welcome to join, my friend. You're more than welcome to join. By the way, if people like Machina Joe can become members, how comes we've had not one subscriber throughout the entire show? Smash that subscribe button, people. It is pinned, and I'm putting it in again now. Thank you very much, Machina. Appreciate that. Big up to Hendra. Exactly the same to you. Thank you very much for your generosity. You are now more than welcome to join the members-only show tomorrow, and there's one normally every 10 days to 14 days. So thank you very much, Hendra. Really appreciate that. The Big D gifted a Football Heritage TV membership. Whoever got it, I'm sure they said thank you. So thank you very much to you, my man. Really, really appreciate that, the Big D. Thank you very much for your generosity. A user said, sorry for me, world-class template. R9, Roberto Carlos, Batistuta, Cruyff, Ronaldinho, Messi, R7, Romario, Pele, Maradona. That is a level of world-class. Yeah, look, those players don't exist anymore. That's the problem, isn't it? I don't see anyone now other than Yamal, who I think could get there. I don't see that this level exists in football. That's why when people talk to me about, world class, I'm like when people talk to me about Romero being world class, and I'm looking at John Terry, Rio Ferdinand, Vidic, Desailly, right? I'm looking at Beckenbauer. I'm looking at Bobby Moore, right? I mean, we could go through centre halves. I'm looking at Cannavaro, Nesta, Maldini, and people want to tell me that Romero's world class. I'm sorry, I can't have it. Big up to you, a user. Completely agree with you. Big up to Tim Man. Very generous indeed. Thank you very much, my friend. Long time no see. Said off subject. Do you think we should have kept Son until we had a proper replacement? This will release Xavi to his normal role too. Son is still better than what we currently have. Do you know what? I'm conflicted with this, Tim Man, because do I think it was the right time to let go of Son? I absolutely do. I absolutely do. But was not replacing him the biggest faux pas of the summer? It was. You saw me arguing the other night on the Spurs 5, and everyone in the chat, the abuse I got for this opinion. Spurs not signing a proper left winger was unforgivable. And when people are going, an 8 out of 10 window, and like, no, unforgivable. You've let go a player that's been in that position for a decade and not replaced him. That was unforgivable for me. And I've said this, Tim, man, I will go to my grave with that opinion. Every game I'm watching Spurs right now, where is the disconnect? It's between the number 10 and the left winger because we either don't have a left winger or we don't have a number 10 in a game. That is unforgivable for me. Unforgivable. Big up to you, Tim, man. I really appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. That is very, very generous indeed. As I said, if Tim Man can be that generous, some of you lot can subscribe and smash that like button. Only 207 likes and not one subscriber in the entire chat. Big up to you. And Machina Joe, this is an insane super chat. I mean, it's nearly £50 in English money. So thank you very much. It's very generous. You've got on to say Davos Suka class, Boxic class, Zlatan class, Diego Maradona, phenomenal. Batistuta, the GOAT, Ronaldinho, Brazilian Ronaldo, we're all better than Haaland. I mean, Maradona and Haaland are so different, it's unbelievable. But yes, Batistuta, yes. Ronaldinho, yes. Ronaldo, yes. Zlatan, yes. Boxic and Suka, listen, look, I mean, you are really downplaying the greatest goal scorer in world football at the moment. His numbers are phenomenal. And I get it. Listen, some of these will never be touched. You know, some of these won't be touched as far as ability goes. But the disrespect that Erling Haaland gets is unbelievable. If Spurs had a bloke, I know you don't support Spurs, if Spurs had a bloke that scored at the rate that Haaland does, everyone would be telling me he should be getting the Ballon d'Or. But for some reason, Erling Haaland just gets crapped on every single game, every single week. I don't get it. The guy's a freak of nature. Guy is a freak of nature. Big up. I am. Machina Joe, people don't need to tell me to read super chats. I always do. Don't worry. Big up to you, though. That is very generous. I really do appreciate you. So thank you very much for that, Machina Joe. I appreciate it. Stuart said, do you think Beckham was world class? I think Beckham had world class attributes. I think he had world class attributes. One of the greatest crossers of a ball I've ever seen. One of the greatest free kick takers the world's ever seen. His mentality, his work rate. Was he world class overall? Not sure. Not sure. But class footballer. Give it a rest, Phil. Just stop dying on the Matisse Tell Hill. He is rubbish. He is rubbish. I did it. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. You look at that list compared to the Ballon d'Or lists now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Different level. VCAT said people use different standards on world-class material depending on their agenda on the team they support. Thankfully, you keep the balance. I always try and keep the balance. This is why I will always shut down when people go, Romero's world-class. Nope, not having it. If we're going to say Romero is, then we're saying Saliba is. If we're saying Saliba is, then we're saying John Stones is. If we're saying John Stones is, then we're saying Ruben Diaz is. Now, all of a sudden, everyone's world-class. You see my point? And this is why world-class needs to have a differentiator to here. Otherwise, if he is, they all are. He does nothing different to them. He's not even as consistent as those players I've mentioned. World-class. Like world class. He had everything. Power, pace, skills, passing, crossing, shooting, assists. He had everything. The ability to play on the left, on the right, up front. This guy had everything as a footballer. Everything. Free kicks, volleys, head. This guy had everything. A world-class footballer. Like for me, there's certain people where there's no doubt. Yes, I will be on Never a Foul. Yes, I will be on Never a Foul. Don't worry. I don't think he is on the cusp of being world class. Again, Phil, what you've demonstrated, I'll call you out. What you've demonstrated to people for years in my chat, your standards are so low. You don't even want consistency from players before you think they're on the cusp of being world class. World class players every week boom, 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 boom. Every season, boom, 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 boom. This guy doesn't do that. This guy's got world-class ability. It's a huge difference. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right, Luke. You're probably right. Yeah, big up Jose back in the game. I love it. I love Jose Mourinho being back in football. Tell you what, I cannot believe we have not had a single subscriber in the entire show. Unbelievable. Oh, we've got one. Thank you to whoever that was. Thank you for the likes as well. We managed to get them up to 220. We should be on 300, but hey, it is what it is. Ghosted has said, Haaland is disrespected because we're in a weird era of football where your striker has to do everything well. If my striker scores 30 goals a season, I'm happy. You know what? If you actually watch Haaland, he's so much better than people give him credit for. His link-up play is so much better than people think. But it is what it is. Agreed? Absolutely. Absolutely agreed. If you ask me right now, I've got someone taking a free kick from the right to whip it in. It's asking me who I want. I want David Beckham. Right? There's no doubt about it. Very good footballer. Very good footballer. Would I rather a team of Tells or a team of Gills? Well, at least a team of Gills will be able to control the football. Look, I mean, what a horrible conundrum that is. Class. And you're right. Phil's standards have always been in the gutter. Tell Richie Odegaard, yeah, exactly, all in the gutter. We've got players in our team that he rates, that you're right, don't start for Bournemouth. Probably don't start for Wolves, but he rates them. It is what it is. Ronaldinho, Carlos, Cafu, Romaro, Van Basten, Hullet. Oh, I mean, we could sit here and name just worldies, couldn't we? Like, just great players, just great footballers. People call it nostalgic. Go and watch them play. I mean, I remember watching Romario and Bebeto up front together. Anyone remember that era? Again, I'm showing my age, but Romario and Bebeto up front together. Gosh. Super Jan Vertonghen. I think he was the next level down. But again, for me, Jan Vertonghen is levels above Romero, but level down from world class. There you go. So that's my standards. Again, Toby and Jan, world class partnership. I don't think either were world class. There you go. There you go. Together though, when their powers combined, world class partnership. And you know the difference between them and Van der Ven and Romero. Those two showed it for years. Van der Ven and Romero need to get to that level for me. Absolutely. Always bring in the chilled vibe. World class is just the best of, in my opinion, across the world. Listen. I think the interesting thing for me, with this one is anyone who watched Haaland before he came to the Prem would know that yes, he played in a different system for Dortmund and for RB Salzburg, whoever. My mind went completely blank there. In those teams, they didn't have as much as the football and play all the possession football that Man City did. And he was coming to the halfway line and linking up play, bringing it down, bringing others into the game. And he doesn't need to do that as much at City in the last few years because of the way they played. If you actually watch Man City the way they're playing now, notice how he's involved a lot more in link-up play. Go back and watch, not you, go back and watch the Manchester game the other day. How many times it goes into Haaland on the halfway line and he's holding it up, bringing others in. He gives it and then he's brilliant. He spins and he goes towards goal. Quality player. This guy is so underappreciated. It's unbelievable. Agreed. He's got to do it, right? Agreed, Ellie. He's got to do it. Yeah. Yes, it would, Lee. Yes, it would, my man. Liston. Good player, Anders Limpar. I know he played for them lot. I think he played for Everton as well, if my memory serves me right. Good winger. Good winger. I'm going to disagree with you. I think Thomas Brolin, very good player. I don't think he was in that world-class bracket. I don't think he was in the world-class bracket for me. Hang on. Are they going? Okay. I don't think he was in the world-class bracket for me, but we'll see. We'll see. Guys, girls, I am going to leave it there today. Just a quick one today. We'll be back at 3 p.m., myself and Charlie. But I'm going to send everyone... I'm going to send everyone over to Never a Foul. I'm joining them. So please join us. Hang on. I should probably do you know what? I should probably practice what I preach and actually set the show, right? Here we go. Let's send everybody over. Please get over there. Join me. It's always good fun. They've got a good panel over there today. Get over there. And there we go. Never a Foul. I'm going over there to join now. I've sent you all over there. Please join me. Join me and Charlie at 3. I'll tell you what. 400 of you in here right now. Please join Charlie and I at 3. Help us get that show off the ground every day, 3 till 4. Charlie and I talking about all things from across the world of football, not just Spurs. Much love, people. Take care. And as always, come on, you Spurs.